Hello, everybody. My name is Tomáš Hříbek. And first off, I should like to thank the organizers of the third International Conference on Artificial Humanities for offering me this opportunity to address your audiences with this brief talk, which I call Human Work in the Digital Economy. The topic of the year's conference, as I understand it, is the impact of AI on humans and society. But let me start by introducing myself. I'm a philosopher by profession, based at the Institute of Philosophy in Prague, in Czech Republic, at the very heart of Europe, but I'm also a founding member of an interdisciplinary platform called the Karel Čapek Center for Values in Science and Technology. This is our website, which you can visit at cevast.org. And this platform is devoted to an exploration of the ethical and social challenges posed by the emerging technologies, particularly AI and roboticization. We chose the name of famous local Karel Čapek, a novelist and playwright, since some of the themes which he explored by literary means resonate even today. In particular, let me remind you of the 100th anniversary of the publication of Čapek's science fiction play RUR, in which he introduced the word robot as a name of artificial laborers that eventually rebel against humanity. This is a picture of Čapek with scene from, I think, North American production of RUR in 1920, I suppose, 1921, I suppose. Of course, Čapek's robots were biological rather than mechanical in nature, so I suppose they would be called androids in contemporary lingo rather than robots. The name robot got soon applied almost exclusively to electromechanical intelligent machines that move about their environments autonomously or seemingly autonomously and exercise some effects in it. Our center, founded just 2 years ago, initially concentrated on the ethical conundrums concerning the specific kind of robot, namely the driverless car. We held an important international workshop on the topic in 2019. You can see on this slide, you can see on the left poster with the program of this workshop, of this conference. But we were also preparing a conference celebrating the centenary of Čapek's play this year, but that was cancelled due to COVID-19, unfortunately. However, well, Čapek lived decades before the arrival of robots, which he feared enormously. We now live in a world in which many sorts of robots and also disembodied artificial intelligences do take over many tasks previously carried out by humans. And this process of replacement of human labor by machines is expected to be sped up also by COVID-19. According to a survey conducted recently by the World Economic Forum, 85 million jobs will disappear in the next 5 years due to the accelerating automation and roboticization, and also due to COVID-19. Well, of course, even in the absence of pandemic of any sorts, this process would be going on and would continue. But certainly, COVID-19 is speeding up these things. The occupations that will be taken over by machines are those that can be described in easily identifiable steps in form of an algorithm. The same survey predicts that many new jobs will be created, requiring skills that are listed on the same slide. Skills such as analytical skills, creativity, originality, and flexibility. However, you might ask yourself how many people actually possess these skills in required degree. And moreover, as artificial intelligence develops and progresses, it will come to acquire those precise skills. Hence, it seems that workless future is very likely prospect in due time. As a harbinger of things to come, let me mention the latest news from the Republic of Korea. Only a few days ago, on November 13, I read that South Korean cable channel MBN began using artificial intelligence technology as a news anchor. Specifically, MBN created the virtual news anchor named AI Kim in the likeness of their human anchor Kim Joo-ha. Currently, I don't have any more information concerning this fascinating novelty. I wish I could hear from you guys in the Republic of Korea whether this is only a publicity stunt, publicity event for the network, perhaps to increase the ratings, or whether it's meant seriously. However, if it is successful, I'm sure that in due time we'll see more such AI anchors used around the world. Let me call the threat just described, that is the threat of more and more occupations being taken over by machines and consequently people being deprived of their livelihood, the pauperization problem. Of course, this would negatively affect not only the laborers, the workers, the employees, but also the owners of the automated industries who might initially seem to be the winners, but who could afford buying their ever more plentiful products if there were no way of earning to earn money by working. This problem could thus complicate our transition to fully AI-dominated economy, which I shall call the digital economy. One of my current projects is to figure out a solution to the pauperization problem, but in the rest of this talk I shall just critique 3 solutions that one can find in the current literature. Firstly, many authors defend the universal basic income as a solution to the pauperization problem. This proposal, of course, has many varieties, and it's often discussed without any connection to the transition to digital economy. However, there are authors who make such a connection explicit. For instance, Martin Ford, in his best-selling book *The Rise of the Robots*, published in 2015, universal basic income, whose source would be the tax on robot work, could provide people with means to purchase the products of roboticized industries. There are many issues with this solution, with this proposal, of course. My main issue, as I see it, with this proposal is that it is likely to lead to a disintegration of society. Work has traditionally been not only a source of livelihood, but also of social cohesion. At work, we need to learn how to cooperate, even with people whom we don't necessarily like. Without work, there is no need, there seems to be no need to get along and cooperate. and society could thus disintegrate, collapse, right, into mutually isolated bubbles. Secondly, Jeremy Rifkin, another best-selling author, in his book The Zero Marginal Cost Society, published in 2014, offers the vision of the so-called collaborative commons. This is the idea of people finding new opportunities in creative work using new digital technologies. An obvious problem with this proposal, for me, is that it prioritizes one kind of activity over other equally worthwhile pursuits. Many people also lack talents necessary for success in collaborative commons. Moreover, the kind of creative work celebrated by Rifkin seems to be simply next in line to be taken over by ever more sophisticated artificial intelligence. Thirdly, let me consider briefly the so-called social digital economy envisioned by Nicholas Agar in his book How to Be Human in the Digital Economy, published in 2019. Agar hopes that even after the jobs that are mechanical enough to be taken over by AI and robots are gone, there will be plenty of jobs left for people. These will be jobs in which we simply expect human contact. We all require human doctor, nurse, waiter, counselor, teacher, actor, etc. Should I say even human priest or imam? I'll leave that to you, whether we require a human being for religious counsel. At any rate, Agar argues that we require humans to do the requisite kind of work because we care about consciousness, and we want these professionals to care about our conscious lives, our thoughts, and especially feelings. By way of criticism, first off, I think that this argument is based on a huge assumption concerning phenomenal consciousness. And secondly, I worry that not enough of the above-mentioned jobs will be available. Even if the demand increases, only so many people have talents that are necessary for these kinds of jobs. Let me conclude by sharing my working hypothesis that the popularization problem is probably not a deep philosophical, but rather technical problem. The requisite solution might even involve some combination of the three aforementioned proposals. However, I believe there is a truly philosophical problem concerning the transition to digital economy. This involves an apparent loss of meaning and an impossibility of human flourishing in a post-work world in which humans might be reduced to idle appendages of sophisticated AI, such as we have seen in the satirical movie WALL-E. However, an analysis of this problem, let alone any attempt solution of this problem, would be a topic for separate talk. So thank you for your attention and take care and be safe. Bye-bye.